We are live here from from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Goldsboro Brew Works 115 at the new Atlanta configuration here. Drivers are just getting done with their qualifying. I believe they might have 2 minutes left, I'd say, because I tried to time it to where y'all didn't have to deal with them having to go through all of that. So it should be pretty good, I'd say. Actually, trying to get my other broadcaster in here. Hold on. Bring him in here now. As I'm going to mute him and drag him in here. Andrew, I have you muted real quick. I'm going to go over the track right now by drivers and their qualifying runs. I'll bring up some track info really quick for you. So you see Atlanta, a little bit over a mile and a half track. It used to be not tight quarters racing, but now it has changed to that. Drivers are on each other's bumper with it's pretty much, it's not labeled a super speedway, but I'd say it has basically, became that for these drivers. They're always right on each other's bumper. So you don't see a lot of, time of them being away from each other at all. They're always bumper to bumper, giving each other the shove. So drafting is going to be a huge factor, especially in these trucks. And they have, I believe, a little bit over 20 trucks this race. So it's going to be interesting to see, what groups will form up, what groups will work together, and who can go to the front, who's going to go to the back. Because, Super Speedway is always about getting people to work with you. And if you have nobody to work with you at all, you are going to drop like a rock. But your chances can go from being, I'm going to win the race to being put in the wall within 1 to 2 seconds. And it's a heartbreaking feeling at these types of tracks. But I believe drivers should be getting done with their qualifying now. I will unmute Andrew here real quick. Hey, Andrew, you got a copy?
Hey, yes, I do. How we doing tonight?
Well, thanks for joining me, man. Sorry it was a little late notice, but what do you think? What do you think drivers are going to have to do here at Atlanta to take it home here?
Well, Atlanta is now a unique track. It's restricted plate racing, but it's also a mile and a half track. So you want to perform fast lap times, but yet you gotta watch your lap times because you don't want to get so much of a massive run that you rear end somebody or get yourself caught into a wreck. So it's all about patience, and you gotta see the runs, and you gotta know what your car has.
Yeah, it seems like Atlanta. I mean, they repaved it, reconfigured it, but it still kind of holds the old Atlanta to it still, because it's not a true super speedway just yet. But I mean, if you watch it on television, it pretty much is from their perspective. But I'm gonna see there's probably gonna be two lanes that'll form up. These drivers will get on each other's back. So we're gonna have to see drivers. You do not want to be bumping each other. That is definitely for sure in the corners. Maybe in the straights you can get away with it, especially with these trucks with that flat front end. You can kind of lay it to them a little bit more than you could the Xfinity or the Cup, as we saw that during a lot of HSR stuff that I also broadcast. So draft's going to play a huge factor. That's really what it's going to be here tonight. But fuel will be stretched out also. It may say, not sure how much they can go on fuel, but it may say something completely different, and you can go probably make 2 to 3 laps more, especially if you're running behind the pack. But if you're the leader, you're going to be burning off more fuel. So pit stops are definitely going to be a strategy. People are going to have to come down in a group, I say, because if you come alone, then you're really in for it. You need to come down with at least 2 other people behind you. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe they're doing driver's briefing right now. They have a little bit less than 3, as we got somebody looks like somebody in the chat just told me the 68 is dropping to the rear off the start. So it looks like he either has, I believe he'll probably just be dropping because he does not want to be up there. I do not blame him at all, but I'll bring up the starting order here. I believe this is qualifying. This should be pulled up. So it looks like Joshua Moore, he puts in the fastest qualifying lap, followed by Nathan Somerville, Christopher Tate 3rd, Jacob Bowen 4th, Kenneth Moyer 5th, Chris Wheeler 6th, Mason L. Ford 7th, Chris Zofield 8th, Keyshawn Clater 9th, Adam Waddle 10th, Kevin Winker 11th, Mike Sawanowski 12th, Roger DeBold 13th, Tyler Ashley 14th, Quentin Murdoch 15th, Skylar Berry 16th, Dustin Sollins 17th, 18th will be Nate Cogdell, as we saw him run his ad for Sonic Racing Paint Schemes. Joey Maines 19th, 20th David Hall, 21st Jacob Graniger. I need to ask his last name. 22nd will be Dylan Smith, and 23rd will be William Tomlinson. 24th Calvin Dials, 25th Billy Stallings, 26th Nathan Dahl. As those drivers did not even qualify from 13th all the way to 26th.
Having a stroke?
Yeah, having a little bit of issues here. Still getting over the sickness. I was trying to get those words on my mouth. They just wouldn't come at all. But some drivers not choosing to lay a qualifying lap down. You really don't need to at these tracks. And you can go front to back. You can go really anywhere as long as you have help. That's for sure.
Pretty easy.
I believe this is the biggest field I think they had. I know Tate's a newcomer. He runs the Ghost League. You saw him run some HSR stuff. Let's see who else is new here.
Definitely a driver to watch in this race, along with a good old buddy of mine, Kyle Winker. Or Kevin Winker. I don't know why I keep saying Kyle.
Yeah, Kevin Winker. I believe I saw Bowen's name somewhere else. Actually, no, sorry. I have this wrong. So there's 26, but one of them is race control. So there's really going to be 25 trucks on the track tonight. So just -1 from what I said. So some drivers might be moved up in the lineup. Some drivers might not be. They just have to. They have to join like that to be able to give black flags, clear stuff from them. But if y'all are new here, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription to Ghost Race Network, will definitely help us out. Sharing the stream will help a lot. Also, we normally average some good numbers every now and then.
Hey, I love that comment. Bryce and Andrew are the best duo for Ghost Racing Network.
It's almost like you made that comment. Looks like almost the same name.
Such a scandalous you're talking about. Oh.
But we will roll Cogdale's quick ad before the grid here, just so I'll get it going here for him. So drivers getting to grid here at Atlanta. Joshua Moore, I have not saw him up front, so it might be a new person up here. He's going to lead him to green. You got some.
That's an So
I'll refresh trading. Oh, actually, wait. I will wait till they all get in here to refresh trading paints to make sure their paints are perfectly fine, because sometimes paints don't want to work exactly right for them, so I'll just give them a chance to all hop in here. Then when they're under the pace lap, I'll refresh them.
Well, as we're waiting, you know what? I just want to let you know. Guess what I just bought?
Oh, is it our sponsor, W Energy Drink Mix?
Oh yeah!
Oh my gosh! Use code 10GHOST at checkout for 10% off, y'all. I'll put that in the chat a little bit later, but I believe everybody has finally gridded once they roll. I'll refresh trading paints. Hopefully, it can refresh in time.
I got the starter pack, so I get a good little plain-ass cup, and I got 3 packets of the top 3 flavors. So if you want to give W a try, you can do the starter pack. It's only, I believe it's only $14. And hey, you can like it, you can hate it, but always remember, W will always give you the win.
It's like,
that's the slogan. W gives you the win. Or W gives you the dub.
See, I'm just making sure these drivers' paint schemes will refresh. The leader has disappeared, so he's had connection issues.
That's gonna be fun as a leader.
Oh, there he is. He's popped up now. I was wondering where he had went. That was a 51 of Moore. I had no idea where he had disappeared to for half a second, and that he shot back up on the track. I thought it was me, but then I was like, oh, where is he at?
Just saying that the other reason why I'm picking Kevin Winker, not just because he's my friend, He's very good at restricted plate racing, and he's also the sponsor of Debbie.
Look at the number 1 of Kayshawn Claytor. Look at that hood. We'll go and look at his paint scheme a little bit later on. But shout out to him, man. Thank you for plugging that, as I believe I'm actually going to be sponsoring him and the 81 for at least one track. I'm thinking I might be buying their track for them, but I'll be sponsoring those drivers sometime throughout the season.
That is a very sexy car.
We'll go on the chase, so looks like they're adding just a light. You can see on the rear end, Ghost Racing Network for him. See, right on the hood, absolutely beautiful paint scheme. We'll see if Tyler Ashley, he is not on track. He may have not gridded, but nice paint scheme from Keyshawn Claytor. Absolutely beautiful. I'll give him that. Andrew, what would be your favorite paint scheme in this race so far?
So far, I definitely got to give it to Kevin Winker. That W car is beautiful. But I'm not gonna lie, that number 1 car of Kayshawn Claytor, that Ghost Racing Network scheme. Ooh, mama.
Yeah, I believe. That just looks very nice. And now shout out to Cogdale. He made a paint scheme that my driver Dylan Hervatten, he will be running in the Ghost League on Wednesday. I'm not sure where they're going exactly. I have to check that, but he'll be running that. Cogdale made it. Normally go to Iron Horse, but I gave Cogdale a chance and turned out pretty nice for him.
Cogdale's paint scheme looks pretty good. I'm looking through the rest of the field. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The 51 is going to have the 44 of Tate, the 14 of Somerville. He's going to have the 52 of Jacob Bowen. Green flag will go in the air. Fire off will be from the 51. Green flag in the air to Atlanta. Golds. I can't even speak now. Oh, that's just a butcher start. Whatever. The green flag. 51's got, 51 has Tate on his bumper. Tate goes down to the apron. Driver's already getting on that paint, trying to get as much grip as they can. Just trying to wrap the bottom. Tate's looking on the 51. Might not want to do that just yet. Goldsboro Brew Works. For some reason that was hard to get out. But Goldsboro, they sponsored this race here at the Twisted Chassis Truck Series. The 12's in the wall. Somebody else is in the wall. That is the Nesquik car. I'm not sure who that is. He was just rubbing the wall. Let's see where he went. Where did he go?
That is Adam Waddell.
Yeah, you saw him scraping the wall. I'm not sure what happened to him exactly. It looks like Ashley. No, Ashley's not in the race. The 51, he
just slid up. I guess there's no grip on the top side because along with him and 3 other cars slid up to the top.
It's kind of chase. 61 got loose getting in the corner. You see him chase that rear end. Hopefully he doesn't merge up on track. I think he realizes it. He got very loose getting in that corner. I don't even think he got touched going in there, but you saw the back end of that truck just kick out and slide, and he was able to save it. The 51, he's got the 52 of Bowen behind him. Tate's trying to side draft more. You see him get close and get away from him, trying to break the air, stall him out just a little bit. Bowen's giving Moore a very good shove, though. They've got the 85 of Ford behind them. Tate has the 14 of Somerville, followed by the 38 of Chris Wheeler, followed by the 1 of Kayshawn Claytor. Tate goes to the middle of Bowen. Bowen tried to go up high. Tate decided not to. He's actually going to pass him again. He's going to get a good run on Somerville. Or not Somerville,
we got a car on the apron yet again.
Looks like Novak probably got loose, if I had to guess, getting on there. Ford. I don't know why I said Novak for that name. But Tate, he's got the 52 of Bowen. If Bowen can just shove Tate by, Tate can get down, but he's not going to have time. There comes Kevin Winker on the bottom. He's got the 14 of Somerville. Or not 14, that's the 9. Look at these truck numbers. Some new trucks here tonight. As that's the 7 of Quentin Murdoch, giving him a shove. See, drivers maybe calm down ever so slightly, but you've already saw them get very, very, very loose on the bottom of the track. Just not even contact. They're not even clipping the apron. They're just losing grip down there. They're not being able to hold it. As you see, that's the 98. He has some damage from getting in the wall earlier. He just got up out of the groove into the marbles. Just wasn't able to hold it, but kind of 2 packs that have broken out so far. This second pack can hold on. They need to. because if they lose the draft, they are in trouble. They probably need to get single file. That'll give them the best chance. The 12, he's able to hold on to the draft of Cogdale, but Cogdale's on the bottom, so have to try to chase it here. But really, two lines, but really more one line doing something. To 22's in the wall. That's Sabanowski. See him up in the wall. I think he might have gotten a bump going into the corner. Drivers trying to experiment with where they can get away with bumps so far, and it's not working out for some. But the 24 gets put through while they're beating and banging. The 8 hits the 24. 24 goes into Sabanowski. They keep it straight. Almost catastrophe. Looks like they were able to hit it pretty square. I don't think there's much damage on the 24 or the 8. Well, you can see the hood of the 24's popped up a little bit. That couldn't hurt him too bad. He'll probably be able to fix that with the optional repairs if I was him. But being used as a pinball there really quick.
Now, do they have fast repairs?
I believe they have one fast repair here. Tate still trying to get by Somerville. Or not Somerville. He's getting his name wrong for some reason. He's trying to get by Joshua Moore on the bottom. Moore has Winker. Tate has Bowen. Winker's trying to look. These drivers seem to be able to hold their line pretty well. Some of them have already gotten into the wall. Little scrape, nothing too bad so far in the race, I'd say, for these drivers back here. Some of them just deciding to ride in the back of the pack. You see that nice paint scheme from the 6'9" of Billy Stallings running the Goldsboro Brew Works on his hood for today's race. Cogdale's kind of straggling back here. Some of these drivers probably don't really want to be up front just yet. I really wouldn't blame them for not wanting to do it because it can get pretty hectic as the ones looking to the inside of Bowen. Drivers got to be careful with doing that because I saw a lot of people get hooked and sent right around just on complete accident. Nothing of malintent.
I would say with these drivers here battling for the lead, the tough thing with Atlanta that I have experienced, because I've only done the new Atlanta once, it's that once you get out into that lead pack, you want to start passing people because you just feel that you're on a regular mile and a half. You don't feel like you're on a restrictor plate.
Yes, we saw the 51. 51 has connection issues. He has disappeared off the track. So these drivers are probably really nervous because they have no idea that 52 kind of sideswipes the 7, almost puts the 7 sideways, is able to save it.
I do want to say that the leader of the race, Tyler Ashley, has been disconnected.
So was he disqualified or does he just disconnect?
He was disconnected from the server.
So
due to quote-unquote upload packets.
So Joshua Moore, he disconnected, had a connection issue. We saw him just kind of disappear. He really didn't know where he went. But Tate has not had a fun time on that top lane. He's not really getting beat. He's just got nobody to work with. As you can see, look at everybody lined up on the bottom here. They are in a line pretty much. Some people trying to make the high line work. Some of them are. But most of these guys are on the bottom lane so far as Tate gets side drafted. A little bit of a checkup from Winker.
Yeah, my boy. Dubby leading the race. Let's go, Dubby.
Drivers
gotta always cheer for our sponsors.
Drivers kind of following single file now. Looks like the 7 ducks out. Wheeler goes out. Wheeler goes right back down. That leaves the 7 of Quentin alone. He's only got Tate for help. Tate needs to get up to his bumper. You can see Tate getting that big run now. Tate can give him a shot coming out of the corner if he can hit him pretty square. Looks like he'll do it. Now he gets all up on the bumper of the 7 of Quentin, trying to give him a shove by Winker. He's going to get the lead for a brief second, but Winker's been able to really hold that bottom very, very well so far. He's looking around. 24 still trucking on with that damage, not heavy damage. You just saw 85 get loose earlier. He was fine in the race, luckily. As Joshua Moore, he's reconnected. Or no, he's not reconnected. Wait, what? So it looks like he just got all the way to the back as far as he can. He didn't go a lap down. He's held on to pretty much the last truck on the lead lap at this point. But the 7's gone to lead from the bumper of Tate as I was looking through the pack. Tate is still trying to make that high line work. He's just not getting the help that he needs at all from these drivers. Looks like Bowen might have heard my call of help for Tate. Tate's going to get help from him. The 12 is coming also. That's Chris Zofield. He has the 60 behind him, trying to drag him. That's got Keith Moyer. So they're going 3 wide now. Winker's in the middle. Wheeler on the bottom. Looks like Wheeler got right in front of Winker in time. Decided, I don't want to go 3 wide going in the corner. Probably a good call from both of those drivers. Winker probably let him in line. See, the 1's hopped up to that top lane. He's going to try to help Bowen with the draft. The 12's going to get a huge run. So is the 60. See, drivers trying to get as close as they can to the apron, just trying to paint that line as good as they can.
He got stuck in the middle.
7 got stuck in the middle. Wheeler is going to split him on the bottom. 7's in a really weird spot now. Bowen gets moved out of line. Oh, the 7's washed on the track just a little bit. I thought the 52 might be the biggest loser. He's not so far. Who's Tate going to decide to drag with him? Bowen helped him, but I don't think Tate's going to help him. Yet Bowen's all alone on that outside. Actually, no, the 1's looking to help him now. The 7's getting squeezed. They're going 3 wide still. Early on in the race, the 7, he's almost coming up. Oh, he actually makes contact. Puts the 52 into the wall. Winker gets spun. 7 into the wall. Hard contact for the 7. Gets drilled. Everybody piles in after that wreck. Huge crash at lap 18. 12 almost gets flipped. Going 3 wide for too long just didn't work for those drivers. I think the 7 was a pinball at that point. He couldn't go anywhere. We'll watch them coming off the corner. See if the 12 makes contact with the 7. He's very close. Doesn't make contact with them. 7 goes up into the 50. No, not up into the 52. It's like he's just trying to drive. He actually kind of gets squeezed by Winker. 52 goes into the wall. Kind of yanks it down off the wall. It makes contact with the 7. Barely clips Winker. Bowen gets involved. Then we'll see if these hard contacts. We'll look at the 12. He got smacked into the wall here. You see him hard. Actually, not hard. Sorry, not the 12. The 7 gets drilled into the wall.
At that #1 car of Ghost Racing Network. He just avoided Winker.
We'll go actually cockpit from him. He's got a pretty good view from it.
Now that's a driver you want to be sponsored by.
Oh my lord, he barely missed Winker. Kept his foot in until pretty much the very end. The drivers already used their fastest pair. They've already had to come down pit road for fuel. I'm not sure how long their fuel is for this race. So hopefully they were on their pit window. Some drivers may not use their faster pair. Might be a bold strategy. You might see if they, if they don't have engine damage and they have all optional, they might take that here. I think some of them will. Some of them just kind of got brushed on the side for them. The 68 looks like he has put it on lap 18. But we will roll some quick ads while they are under caution here. They will be coming green this time by. Tate has the lead. He has the 12, who is actually in that incident on his side. That's Zofield to his outside. Tate has Wheeler behind him. Zofield has the 98 of Adam Waddell. He'll be giving him a push, hoping he can give him a good shot off the corner. But lap 21 in the race, already saw a pretty big crash that took out multiple drivers, had to use their fast repair. So not the night that some of these people definitely wanted for sure, early on at least. Pace truck pulls off. Restart will be on Tate. After that, anybody can do what they want here. Tate doesn't get a terrible jump, but it really doesn't matter here. If he gets out too far, it can actually be bad for him. 12's going to try to probably follow or get right in front of Wheeler. No, he's going to decide to... No, there he goes. He goes down in front of him. Driver's really spaced out, so I'm going to have a slower start here. But really, just draft base. They're already going to go 3 wide. Bowen wants to get back up through the field. He's going to put Billy Stallings 3 wide. Gets that move done and over with. I'm surprised he made it that early. If I was him, I would not have done that. He's going to be coming through the field pretty fast because he was... I think he might have been involved in the inside. I'm not exactly sure. The 30 shoots. Yep, he's making some moves trying to get up there. Oh, the 30 had to check up. You saw the 129 have to go way to the bottom. Up front, they're pretty well organized right now. Not really making any big moves. The one of Kayshawn, he's made his way up through the pack. Ooh, he's trying to squeeze in front of the 12. He just does it. Tate gets out of line. Tate doesn't have a spot in line now. Wheeler has gone to the lead. Claytor, oh, he might have touched Tate there. I think they actually did make contact. Tate trying to hang tough on that outside, just not getting the help that he needs so far just yet.
Oh, the one sliding up into the 4-4. 12's in the wall yet again.
Zofield into the wall. He's going to lose all that position that he had. He's going to probably go to the back of the pack right now. But the one's hopped up in front of Tate. The one of Kayshawn is going to try to get the lead from him now. He's going to try to get it from Wheeler. If he can get to his outside quarter panel, he may have a chance. He's going to probably get even on the backstretch here. Tate's all over the bumper of him, trying to give him a shove. You see Cogdale's trying to give Wheeler a shove at the same time. The one's clear, but for only a brief second, the 38 is going to battle back. Tate is glued to Claytor's bumper, trying to give him as much of a shove as he can. As the 98 actually didn't take a fast break. You can see kind of a little speck of his fender pointing down at that tire. I'm surprised he didn't take it, but it seems to be fine for him. But the one's gotten clear for half a second, decides to stay with Tate. Wheeler is getting, you can see him moving off the bottom, trying to get a side draft just to cancel it out and get Cogdale to his bumper. It worked there for a little bit, but it might not work much longer. They have to be very careful with doing that side draft. He's given him a pretty decent amount of space. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue as Tate's just glued to him. You see Winker back here in the back of the pack. He's trying to get back up as he and the 8 almost make contact. That's Jacob. And almost touched the 30. Has a war machine. He's gotten beat up. He doesn't want to use his fast repair just yet. It's like he only has side damage. He might have gotten lucky when he was hit as a 22 Salvanovsky and the 14 of Somerville. What happened to these guys? Not sure what happened to them. Cogdale's riding the bottom. Like pretty even split as Wheeler gets off the bottom. One's gone to the lead finally. He's gotten clear of Wheeler now. Is he going to work both lanes here? It's going to be the question. You see the 129 running about mid-pack.
Look at that beautiful one car. Goes Racing Network. He's trying to, I believe he's just trying to think the outside lane's the better way to go, but I beg to differ.
He's hopping up, kind of switching both lanes. He's actually going to lose maybe 2 spots here. He stayed top, but Wheeler gets a shove by. Cogdale gets a huge run by. I believe Cogdale is clear of the one now. Yes, he is clear.
The bottom lane, apparently, I believe, has more bumps too, and it makes the car more unstable. While that second middle lane, it's more stable and smooth all throughout. So I think he cares more about his handling.
Yeah, you can see drivers, and when they enter the corner, they're kind of getting off the bottom just a little bit, washing up the track. So it might be what no, Andrew was talking about, I believe that probably is, because he's decided to ride up there, and they're able to keep a pretty straight line, but they're losing trucks. They don't have as many as they did
85
before.
getting loose on the bottom.
The 85, I think he might just be clipping the apron. He's trying to get as close as he can. I believe that's sending the back end of some of these trucks around just on complete accident. They don't mean to be doing that, but they're just trying to get as low as possible on the track for some of these guys here. See, Winker has some rear end damage. He's been bump drafted. Cogdale goes down to the bottom. Might be a choice from Cogdale to go and get out of this too early to be up there battling. He's going to try to find a way back in line. Almost clips the 8. He's going all the way to the back, so this probably is a call from him. I don't want to be up there. See what he does here. He tucks back in line. The 1 and the 44, seems like they're deciding to work together. The 1's not going down to the bottom. He kind of can't right now because Wheeler just has his nose in there just enough to not let the 1 come down, but the 1, I think he's pretty content with riding that high line. We'll have to see how long these guys can go. On fuel, the 85 gets loose again in the rear. Saw him get loose and had to chase it. So the 85's had some handling issues here early on. Just not able to keep as oh, Tate gets split 3 wide. They are almost wrecking back here. Tate might decide to go back to the pack.
Be brutal for Tate.
Oh, the Tate. I'm not sure what happened. The 60 into the wall. Not sure what happened going into the corner. It might have been a checkup. Might have been Tate's decision, but I think they tried to make a move up there. The 1 has lost his partner now. He's going to have to block Wheeler, maybe just try to draft with Wheeler now. It's going to be very difficult for him. Looks like the 1's trying to keep a good block. Bowen coming to Wheeler's bumper. That 1 is trying to run as clean of a line as he can, but you know, you saw Wheeler wasn't really trying to work the top at all. So the 1, yep, he's going to leave the bottom open. I don't think he wants to be there. He wants to really ride in that top lane. He trusts it more than the bottom. It's 85 abandons him. 85 goes down to the bottom. I'm not sure if that's a good idea from the 85 because there are bumps in the corner. But we saw the 85 wash up the track just a little bit, so it might not be a good call from him. See some guys, you see them kind of getting in there, and they're chasing the tail end of their truck. I don't think they're really expecting how much of an elevation, or not, well, yeah, I guess that would be elevation change that the high lane has. You can see him getting loose. 98, 7's looking inside of him, almost gets hooked. 60 is in the wall again. That's Keith Moyer. He gets clipped by the 51. 51 has to really bail out of the throttle. That's going to slow down that whole lane. This bottom lane decides not to run over the 8 of Jacob on the bottom. The 1, he's went from 1st to about 5th. Now he's gotten in that top lane like he wanted to be. So he knows that, man, I can run up here. I feel more comfortable. As the 85 is going to look. 3 wide 1's going to think about putting a 3 wide, decide not. I think the 1 bailed out of it. Lifted just a little bit to let Fitz-2 get in line. The 2 gets loose on exit. That's Dylan Smith. He's able to save it. He probably won't be hurt too bad if he merges up in front of Tate. He does now. You saw a lot of drivers get loose in that bottom lane, and I think the 1's making a good decision. The 52 and the 85 are also. The 85, I think he realizes, man, I'm getting loose on this bottom. It might be time for me to move up into that top lane here. We're at lap 37, I believe. Halfway will be about 57 and a half is what it should be for these guys. They're moving around now. Let's do a Bowen trying to go to lead. Wheeler's been holding the lead pretty steadily though. 85 looks like, I don't think the 85 must have some handling issues because when he, you know, you saw multiple times when he enters a corner, he washes up the track and he's gotten very loose on the bottom also. I don't think he's really expecting how much wheel you have to put into it here.
Exactly. Like, look at the 98. The 98 clips the apron, and then he's struggling with the bumps on that bottom lane, and he washes up the track. He almost clipped 7.
I think drivers just not expecting elevation. That's one thing you have to learn with running super speedways, and I learned that, you know, you got to keep a pretty steady wheel, and you have to be anticipating when you get in that corner. You're going to have to put more wheel into it than you think, as Bowen goes to the lead for a brief second off of Ford. He's going to stay top. No, actually go all the way to the bottom. I think drivers just don't expect. You kind of have to brace for how much wheel you're going to have to put into going to, especially if a lower steering ratio. The 52 goes back up to the top. Maybe he's realized that top lane's a little bit better than the bottom. And they might be fighting each other, but I think he's realized I don't want to be down on that bottom. Just yes, 85 gets loose again. The one's involved. Another issue with Ford's handling. Collects another, or actually, sorry, the first caution wasn't him, but Ford has had handling issues since the start of the race, and he came down off of the top lane there and caused that wreck. That's not pointing fingers at him, but no, that was kind of him that did that. Oh, look at his back end. Look at the rear end of his truck already. So you see him enter the corner right here. Watch, his rear end right there is already kicked out. He's already headed for the 42. One's not touching him at all. Hits Winker. One clips. Oh, actually, the 85 clips the one again. The 7 net coats through, luckily. Believe it was only 2 trucks. See if the 1 comes down to traffic. I don't think he collects anyone else. Oh, the 88 just clips him. Going to give him front end damage. The 00 of Cogdale just sneaks by. But handling issues plagues more than one driver. Takes out the 85 and the 1. He just not a nudge at him, but he was just struggling to hold a line. Looks like the 7 might have broken his suspension. No. Sorry, these guys might be crab walking, but 85 just having handling issues. He's not able to hold the line that he needs to, it seems.
I'm watching on his cockpit, and once he enters 3, the car already gets light. And I guess it just slowly starts getting away from him.
I'll slow it down in the cockpit that you're talking about. Let's see here. So slowing it down, he's in the. Wait, this might be. This is a crash here. So he's not getting touched. He's loose here. This is where he's already loose. You see him pedal it. The 1 gets into him. Then I think he gets clipped from behind. Sorry, he hits the 42. Then the 1 clips him. He goes on his side, and then it's on from there. But he was having issues before of not being able to hold a line, and I don't think that really wasn't him. You really don't expect your truck to get that light, coming into the corner like that. But that'll happen sometimes. It's just something that he'll have to learn, as the 85 and the 1 are going to probably try to fix their damage. The 1 running that paint scheme tonight has heavy damage. I don't think he used his fast repair. He should be fine. Unless he had it checked and didn't realize it on the last pit stop, as that's happened.
I've had that happen too many times
you
to count.
You gotta manually uncheck that. Drivers just forget. Even I will forget that. I'm like, all right, gotta uncheck my fast repair, because if you have 1 second of damage, you'd be like, oh, use a fast repair. And I'm like, no, don't use it. These drivers, they're still sitting in pit road. 85. Did he get a tow? I think these drivers might have gotten a tow. I don't believe the 1 should have gotten a tow, though. As the 1, he may have gotten a tow. Let's see. If his truck pops back to life, then he has gotten a tow here. I don't believe he did. I think he made it back around. Let's see. He has not taken a tow. But the 7 was lucky to netcode right through all of that. He's going to actually go to the lead. He decided not to pit. He was last in on lap 19. Everybody behind him pitted, though. So he's going to be the odd man out on tires and on fuel. But he's going to lead him to green. He's going to have the 12 of Chris Zofield on his bumper. 52 of Bowen's going to have the 38 of Wheeler, giving him a shove. Pace truck pulls off. Somebody's on the aprons to 88. 88 might be deciding to fall back. No, 88's going down pit road. I'm surprised by that. That's Dustin Stallings. Green flag's in the air, though. 7 doesn't get a bad jump. Doesn't want to get out too far, actually. He can come up right now if I was him. Stays bottom. Lets the 52 get a run. And they decide to fall in behind him now. Don't want to use anything else. I wouldn't blame them for doing that. 21's looking outside. 24 is looking on the 2 in front of him, trying to find a spot around him. Seven's all alone on the bottom, has no help now. They've abandoned him. They smell blood in the water on the outside. Bowen's leading it. The 98's going to come to the rescue of Murdoch. I cannot speak today, apparently, for some reason. Oh, Wheeler might have actually gotten into the 52 there. You saw the 52 shoot to the bottom. I think he got his rear end loose, and he did not mean to do that. These drivers decide not to get up front. I wouldn't blame them deciding to be like,
now, I do want to say there is no yellow line rule, or in this case, red line rule in effect. So if someone wants to make a pass below that red line on the front stretch, they can do that.
As Clayton, he's back on track, but he's, I believe, probably 2 laps down. So he did use a fast repair. Bowen's trying to get out in front of the 7 of Quentin. He's just not able to do it just yet. I think he finally is, but he's going to stay top lane. I think he saw how it was working last time. He's like, I don't want to necessarily go back down to the bottom just yet. I think it looks too good up top. Trying to fight. 7's really fighting though. I'm surprised he's able to hang up here as much as he can. The 98 moves off the bumper of him. 98 is very loose. You saw him. I think the 24 might be giving him a little bit of a tap. That's Joey Maines.
Oh my.
He saw him wiggling around. I think the 24 might have just given him a little tap that wasn't anything too aggressive, as that's the 68. He's ducking down to the bottom. He does not want to be in there at all. Sorry, not the 68. Like, sorry, yes, I did click on the wrong truck. This just changed. See that blue or neon blue, neon green, bluish green, black, and white truck goes all the way to the back.
It's blue.
You can say that's a bluish green. Oh, the 52, you saw him wiggle right there. Wheeler was trying to give him a shot in the corner. Didn't really work well. Drivers don't want to necessarily be bumping in the corners. You can just pound each other on the straights, but in the corners, just lay off of each other. We're getting close to halfway in this race.
And look who's making his way back up for the 3rd time. Kevin Winker in 7th place on the inside.
He's managed to make his way up here. He has some damage you see on the bumper from getting bump drafted. It's a little bit of a war paint on the right side just from getting scraped a little bit. The 7, I think he realizes he does not want to be up in this mess. He does not want to be up in this mess at all. The 52 of Bowen's going to go to the lead. Wheeler is going to try to take it from him now. Or the 52 cuts down right in front of Wheeler. Not sure if these two have a alliance or something. I think they may, but Joey Maines is going to try to lead the outside now. Followed by the 12 of Chris Zofield. Oh, 12 almost comes down into Winker. Saw a lot from these drivers. They're kind of having some aggressive wheel movements and almost getting contact with the driver below them or on top of them. 98, I'm surprised on 98. 98 has just a little bit of damage, but I'm surprised he's been able to stay up here like he is so far. He gets loose coming into that corner. Saw his rear end kick out. Ooh. Just half a second, almost wrecked. As Mason Ford is in the pits. I believe he may have left the race. I think he has, because he's not moving at all. But I'll say the 14 and the 1, they're not completely out of this race yet. They're 2 laps down. Hopefully we don't have 4 more cautions to get them both on the lead lap again, but they could still get back on the lead lap here. It's 98.
Difficult, but they do have strategy.
98 got really loose there. He's actually leading that bottom lane now. The 52 he's trying to get a shove. Oh, the 98, he hit some bump in the middle of the corner. He actually blinks out there. But you saw him hit some bump coming to that start-finish line, and he just shot up the track. Was just on ice skates at that point. But look at the man that I call Houdini himself. He's made it back up to 4th. right now. He races against Chris Wheeler.
I told you, that bottom, ooh, there's always a hidden bump somewhere.
These drivers have been able to find it tonight, too. I know some of them are like, man, this is the one thing I don't want to find. You want to find gold, you want to find speed, you want to find money. I do not want to find the bump at some of these tracks. They're lucky that the bump here. Now, I've had some tracks where I'm just driving, and Andrew, I believe that, you witnessed it, the race that you called for me. I found the bump in 1 and 2 at Michigan, and that shot me up the track, and I had to wheel that thing off the corner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and if I remember, you won that race. You dominated that race.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a very good race. We had a good rival in that race that ended up wrecking out, so that was fun. Tate's gone to the lead now. Bowen down into the 24. They got a wreck from behind. Something's happened behind. The 8 is into it. Tate. Oh, we have had 2 separate reps. They are smashing into each other. The 30 bobs and weaves his way out of it. Hard crash for these drivers back there. Have to see. We'll look at the rear run first. It was Calvin Dials. Sorry, my speech is off today, apparently. The Calvin, the 12 gets into the wall. 74 checks up. 60 runs over him. And I think it's on from there. Everybody is just piling in at that point. We'll have to see what happens here.
Just a crazy race.
So 74, 129 nails him. They are just getting smashed. This 8 runs in to the 60, gets hit again, and then, I think Billy just gets clipped. The 129 is still in it. How does he get here? So somebody spun in front of him. Cogdale just makes it by. Maines is stuck in the fence. What is happening? There is so much happening here. I'm not even sure.
But also up in the front, as that wreck was happening, 52 shoots the middle, and 44 Christopher Tate goes. I don't know where he was going. He goes straight down into Jacob Bowen and collects Joe Maines.
Let's see here. So this is the wreck that happened up in front. After the wreck on the middle, Bowen hits the 24. Looks like that was net code. Tate tries to throw a block on Bowen. Doesn't go well. Collects those 2 drivers. And then it is on from there. That took out many trucks. I was actually want to look at the 30. The 30 kind of wheeled his way through that also. Saw him kind of shooting the gaps. I don't think he got any damage from it. Let me see. Drivers are all switching positions here. We'll go from the cockpit. So he's all the way in the back. I think he makes it through this wreck. So yeah, he sees all this happening. The 30.
What I heard from race control is they're still reviewing, I guess, both incidents.
Look at this. The C's open up in front of him. That is the 52 and the 129. The C's open for Nathan Dahl right here. Watch this miss right here. He shoots the gap when he sees it. You cannot. Oh my gosh. He just shot the gap between those 2 trucks and made it through. So he keeps his.
Oh my lord.
He keeps the chance alive here for him.
Wait, hold on. Go back a little further. Oh my lord. That is probably the most luckiest person on iRacing. That was fantastic. He gets the W over the race.
I'm not even sure how he missed that at all. He had nowhere to go for that wreck, and then everything just kind of parted for him. He was very, very, very lucky with making it through that here. Let me open up something here just to make sure I can monitor. It says, sorry, y'all have to see that. Should have pulled that up before the race. Mistake by me. Seeing what my temperatures are. I think I have something going wrong here. Some little heat issues. Not too terrible though. Is that? Yeah, that'll be a highlight reel. I'll definitely go back and clip that during this race.
And you know what? Now we're having W awards for best racing out of the entire event. That right there is a W award.
This was
Best driving.
This was a gift for some of these drivers, though. That is for sure. I think Kayshawn. Yep, some drivers got their. No, Kayshawn didn't get a lap back, but some drivers got a lap back. I believe Somerville got a lap back. He was a lucky dog that time. But they're going to be coming to green this time by. These two trucks up here didn't pit. That's Cogdale and David Hall on the bottom. My voice is dying again. Here it goes.
I'll handle the restart. Green flag is out as David Hall brings the field back under green. Everyone starts. Oh wow! Everybody's starting to fan out into single file.
Oh, Tate puts the.
We
got another wreck.
Whoa.
The 98 got in the wall.
No.
Tate checked up. That's 2 cautions.
Oh
Very
my God!
quick.
I saw somebody flip into the infield. Somebody went to the moon.
The 98 got into the wall. Tate tried. Yeah, you see Tate. He's out of it here. And he tries to go around the 98. Tate's actually out of the gas. He gets ran over by the 88. Down into the 22 of Sabanowski. I think Sabanowski hard front into the wall. He actually gets stuck in the wall. You see him flipping at that point. He is being launched to Mars. Elon Musk hit him up, goes onto the ground. Oh, on his lid too, so hard contact for him. But the 98 was a little bit slow in the corner. Tate tried to go up, or Tate tried to go around him, but just wasn't able to make the move in time. I believe these two drivers might come down pit road here. I believe they will have to, but that's going to be a fast repair for Tate and Sabanowski for sure. As the lucky dog will be Nathan Somerville, so he's going to get his lap back. He'll get back on the lead lap here. Very quick for him. See Winkers on the bottom. See if the 21 and the 00 come in. The 21 comes in. Nope, fakes out. Winker fakes it also. Some drivers staying out. I think Sabanowski had. I think the only option he had was to tow at that point. I don't think he had any other choice. But we will roll some quick ads here while they are under pace laps. We're back here at Atlanta for the Goldsboro Brew Works 115, lap 62 of 115. Also, 2 cautions back to back. Tate, I can't speak today. Tate was checking up, got ran over. Nothing of his fault. I don't know why I can't speak today. Seems like it's just hard for me in general to do anything right now. But see, Tate, he has used pasture prayer, so he's fine. We got some trucks that are definitely going to be laps down for sure. I believe they should get the green flag by next time by here. I'll give a little bit of a shout out to Nate Cogdale. You see him, you see his ad that's being run during these commercial breaks here. Hit him up for a paint. He charges $15 if it's a pretty basic one. It can go up to $35. He's made one for my driver in the Cup Series. I will actually pull up photos whenever I get a chance of it for you all to look at. It looks pretty good. I will give him that. So, it's Dylan's choice. I don't make him run paint schemes. If he wants to run it on Wednesday, he is absolutely free to. Hopefully he will, but it's a absolutely beautiful paint scheme. Y'all have to come on Wednesday to see that for sure. Just checking some stuff on the side here.
Okay, I'll just be right back.
All right. Henry's gonna pop out of the booth for just a little bit here. So the 21 is going to have the 38 of Wheeler. Cogdale is going to have the 42 of Kevin Winker. Kevin's made his way back up through the pack. And you see, he's definitely been getting bump drafted. You can see that rear end of that truck has been beat in from getting hit so many times. Sorry about that, y'all. Thor really hasn't had a true chance to rest this whole week, pretty much. It's been I've had to talk so much. So that's kind of wearing it out just a little bit here. It's definitely not as bad as what it was before, and I'm trying to stay hydrated. But 21's going to lead him to green. Cogdale to his outside. 21's going to have to get a good fire off and hope that Wheeler will go with him, as he's been doing that pretty much the whole day so far. But the top 2 haven't pitted. That's the 21 and the 00. They came in down lap 40. These other trucks behind them came down lap 56, 60 to 62. So they're going to be behind on fuel. Maybe next caution they'll come down. Cogdale's trying to get to the outside of Wheeler. Wheeler is trying to give the 21 of David Hall a shove by. He's done it now. Cogdale has no help outside. Well, Winker's thinking about it. He's going to go up to the middle now. So he goes high side with him. Winker can go back down to the bottom if he wants to. The door is closed on him now. He realizes I can't go back down to the bottom. He's got to stay top lane. They're going to start running a train on these drivers. You can see them all lined up on the bottom. It's got to be a hopeless feeling for these guys on the top. They got to hope that somebody will come to him, as it looks like nobody is deciding to do it so far, as they're really a 2-man crew up there right now. These guys,
hey, it's better to be a 2-man crew than a 1-man crew.
Yeah, we've got multiple, not multiple drivers out. That is the 88. He's 11 laps down. So he's staying in it. I'll give him that. The 1, he's gotten back in the race. The 1, he still has a fighting chance. He can still get back in this. If he can become... No, I actually think it's going to be hard. He's kind of trapped 2 laps down at this point. So he's not getting the lucky dog. The people that are 1 lap down are. So it's going to be hard for him to get back in the race. But his race is not over by any means.
I do want to say there is nobody 1 lap down. So it's a battle between Joey and Keshna or Keishon. My bad. Why did I say Keishna? But Keshon to battle it out to get the lucky dog.
Yeah, Maines is right in front of Keishon. So if Keishon can get around Maines, he'll put himself in the lucky dog position. He definitely wants to see that, but he's kind of just having to hold on to him right now. Because if he came back and won, that would be the news story of the night. I think the 1 has a little bit of damage. I'll go from the rear chase. Yeah, he has a little bit of right front damage, so it's probably slowing him down a little bit here. But up front, Cogdale's gotten a posse with him now. He's got the 12 who's joined him, the 44 of Tate. Decides to, I can go up here and help now. He's kind of had to work his way back up here after getting into that wreck earlier. The 38's giving the 21 a shove. You see him all over his bumper, not moving off of it at all, trying to give him the biggest shove that he can. down the straight. Don't bump in the corners. That's what people will say at these super speedways, because when you bump in the corners, that will get somebody incredibly loose on their rear end.
Very loose.
Cogdale's hanging tight, though. Comes down into the 21, maybe net codes a little bit. Drivers didn't necessarily touch. They probably did feel the 129's below the 12. He lets him back. Oh, no, as I say that, they are turned. The 12 gets turned into the wall. Stays on the apron. That's Chris Zofield. Caution should come out. Oh, did he not? Oh, he did hit the wall, but he doesn't have, surprisingly, that much damage. I'm surprised he does not have that much damage on his truck. I will give him that. He was, actually, for that speed, he doesn't have that bad of damage on his truck. I will give him that. He somehow,
I am watching the replay. 29 apparently went down to the apron, came right back up, taps the 12, loses it, comes back up and turns the 12.
You're talking
12
about
really got lucky with damage.
I believe you're talking about the 129 of William Tomlinson. He got on the bottom and he just kind of tried to clear himself, and he wasn't clear and turned. Zofield's lucky. I will say he's very, very, very lucky with the damage that he got from that wreck hit. That truck should be destroyed, but I think he was able to slow down just enough and hit it in just the right area to where it didn't total it. I believe that will be probably optional damage that he'll be able to fix here if there's a caution. But he's going to be in a bad position now. He is out in the middle of nowhere at this point. It might be a little bit worse than I say it's pretty even. Might be a little bit worse than I thought. You see, he's got some damage on his front end also, but it's not too terrible. So I think if he can get, he's probably going to go a lap down. That's actually going to be bad for Maines and Clater, because they're not going to get the lucky dog at that point. But the 21 and the 00 have to come down earlier than these guys up front, because they didn't pit on the last caution. They pitted on lap 40. These guys behind them, 56 to maybe 60 or 62 laps, or 60 lap 62 is when they pitted. My throat is just not wanting to do anything today. Oh yes, I can't wait for back-to-back races tomorrow. That is gonna kill me. Oh yeah, boy. Drivers feeling a little bit easier here now, deciding I don't want to wreck anybody else. See, it's just really a pack up front. The twos kind of holding on to the 51's bumper. Sorry, that Sorry, no, 51. Trying to get these truck numbers right from broadcasting so many leagues. 51 he is on the lead lap, but it's showing that he's not. That's kind of weird. Not showing that. No, I'm sorry. He's actually 3 laps down. So it was correct. I'm completely wrong on that end. But the 21's only continuing to hurt his fuel mileage running up front like this, so he's going to be burning off more fuel than the 00. But they're going to have to come down pit road together. That's going to be the only way that these guys don't lose a complete lap on these guys when they come down. They run up on the 74. Calvin Dials, he goes all the way to the bottom, gets out of the way, leaves the bottom lane open for the 42 Winker. Winker doesn't take it, almost hits Wheeler. Kind of washes up the track. There has to be very, very careful with that. Driver's being pretty calm. We'll go on board here with the 7, Quentin Murdoch, so you can see his view here. We were on board with him for just a little bit to see his steering input through that time on board. Wheeler gets out of line. Cogdale lets him back in. I think Cogdale could have taken a chance if he wanted to. Doesn't want to put it 3 wide just yet. Probably content riding behind Wheeler.
Sorry about that. When the food comes, the food comes.
Oh yeah, I know how you feel. You probably make some food after this. You know, the ate earlier, use it off, burned it all off working out. Life of being a track athlete in college is not fun. I tell you that much. You have to run all the time.
Hey, don't worry. You're gonna be in the Olympics one day.
No, I'm too short.
Faith.
I'm way too short for that, man. I'm just not. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Sadly. About a 5'7" dude that has to look up at everybody else, and it's just kind of weird at that point. I'm quick for my size, and I'm not slow. I'm definitely not slow, but I'm just not an Olympic fast. 42, he's tucked back here. Cogdale probably wants to tuck behind the 52, or sorry, the 51, and he does. But, oh, this is going to get weird. The 21, I don't know how long he can stay out on fuel. It's kind of a guess at this point. Not even I know, because it's fuel percentage and fuel mileage is different at every single track if you're running up on a lap truck. That's the 12. 12 is finally going to go a lap down. So 12, this is going to get weird now. They're going to have to split these lap trucks up here. Where's everybody going to go? Bottom lane might have to check up.
Weird.
Oh, they might get on the apron if I was them. Winker's looking to see what Winker does. Winker, they leave the bottom lane open. They're just going to go to the top lane behind these guys. These drivers just stay on the bottom. Don't want to make any drastic moves over there, so they stay bottom, hold their line. Nothing bad for them, but the 21 has hopped down to the bottom. I'm not sure why he would do that, but he does.
He's pitting.
He may be pitting this time. Oh, he does. He's pitting now. Doesn't tell the... Oh, and 12 net codes to 2. The 90. What just happened to the 98 there? He just turned right into the wall. That has killed his truck. See what happened to the 98. 98. What has happened to the 98 right here? So 12 net codes the 2. Oh, the 98 overcorrects, and he just snaps right into that wall. Hard contact. That has killed his truck. That is heavy damage for him. But we'll see some drivers coming down also. Cogdale has elected to stay out. He's going to be coming by this time. That's probably, I think he actually had to probably slow down to avoid that wreck. I believe that'll put him a lap down. Maybe he's trying to play a fuel strategy here. He might be on...
38 gets loose on the bottom.
It's Wheeler.
Oh my God, that could have been bad.
Go back and watch that as I was watching Cogdale get on pit road. All right, let's fast forward it there. See, Wheeler, yep, he is actually, I know why he got loose there. He is trying to wrap the bottom as best as he can. He's getting just too close on the bottom lane, and he just tried to get too much. Searching for that extra speed. Oh gosh. Trying to take way too much of it. The 129's in, the 98 is in. 98 has heavy damage, so I think his chances to win this race may be shot. But even these guys up front, I think they'll have to come back down pit road one more time as they're going to run up on the one. The one's going to go 3 laps down now. The one stays up in the high line. Hate's kind of trapped. He has nowhere to go. He's going to have to shoot a middle. One gets out of the throttle. Lets them all go. Smart move by the lap car or lap truck there. It's going to be interesting to see. How is Cogdale going to pan out here? It looks like he's alone, though. I don't think he has any help. Yeah, he's got no help anywhere.
No help.
It's the worst nightmare at super speedways because you have to have help. The 68 gets on the apron, gets loose, saves it, though, comes back up in front of Winker. Does not get ran over. We'll go back and watch that. The 68 of Skylar Berry trying to wrap the bottom. As you can see, he's already... You can see, watch how close he is on this apron here. Drivers are trying to get all they can and just barely clipping it. Nathan Dahl has crashed. We'll watch this real quick and then go to the crash. As I was watching the replay of Barry getting loose. Yeah, Barry's just on the bottom. That sends his rear end around. But we'll look at Nathan Dahl's crash. They're already on the apron. Comes back up on the track. Trying to overcorrect it. Oh, overcorrects hard into the wall.
Oh, my.
So driver, you see he's already... watch him enter the corner. So looks like he... actually misses the entry, gets on the apron, comes back up on the track, and the elevation change bites him pretty hard. He's having to pretty much dirt track it at Atlanta at nearly 180 miles an hour. 24 does a good job not run over him. The 30 bobbles it, catches it, bobbles it, and then overcorrects. This time he can't save it twice. Get one shot hard into the wall. I believe it was only him that was collect. He's very lucky. Very lucky for that. That was only one truck. But drivers coming down pit road here. I believe this should be everybody. This actually kind of works out for Cogdell, though. I believe Cogdell should get a wave around here with these guys pitting in front of him.
Sorry about that.
You're completely good. What is this? Oh.
I mean, one was 40 laps. Actually, less than 30 laps left to go in the race. Who do you think has the best shot?
You know, kind of it's Atlanta. Anybody has a shot here, so there's no. I can't really choose one guy in general because it's really a toss-up at these tracks, I'd say, because it's anybody's race to lose, especially from the lead lap, because, you know, people can wreck right in front of you. You can go through it all and win the race. I saw that. Can't remember what year it was. It was a big one at Talladega. Literally took everybody out in the pack. I believe Kyle Busch ended up winning that race. Gordon came second, and I don't know how Gordon squeaked through that. But
actually, it was the one that won that race was Kenseth. Kyle got second.
No, I remember Gordon got second. This is like early 2010s. I can't remember what year it was. I do remember Gordon finished second in that race. That was
Because
at
I do
Talladega.
know 2008, Kyle Busch only won his only.
Let's see.
His only Talladega wins there.
So we will look at what was.
I know the one where, like, you know, Stewart was flipping.
I'm sorry, I'm going to look this up. I'm actually curious to see what year this was.
I remember, I think Montoya finished. I think it was the last caution or finished second.
We're going to have to go on a little adventure here to see what this is. See, of course, Talladega Crashes here. Just gonna look at this real quick because I really want to see what year this was, because I remember seeing. I could have swore Gordon came second in it too. I remember it was the year that Brad won his championship. What year was that? Was that 2012? What year did he win his championship?
I believe so.
Let's see here.
But that would be the one where Kenseth won. Do you remember what the crash looked like?
It literally took out the whole field. Literally the whole field.
That was the one that Matt Kenseth won.
Yeah, so it was Matt Kenseth. I remember, let's look up 2012 Talladega finish.
Meanwhile, back in Racing Land, we are about to go back to green with only 25
laps. Tate, he gets a good start off. Wheeler's
laps.
behind him. 7 of Murdoch's on the outside. 68 of Skylar Berry's following him. Also, Somerville's made his way back up here. I believe he's gotten back on the lead lap finally for him. Had to fight while being a lap down. I've actually pulled up the race here. It's a 2012 fall race. Andrew, if you can handle that, I'll look at the finish here. If you handle the commentating, let's see where these drivers finish here exactly.
Definitely. Tate is still leading out in front with Murdoch in second. Murdoch's looking to the outside. Almost made it 3 wide. I mean, if anybody has a chance to win this race, I think it's really going to be Christopher Tate. So coming up to a lap car, this is going to be interesting. Tate was able to go up high. Lap car moves out of the way.
As you were correct, I was just confirming it. Matt Kenseth won the race. Gordon second. Kyle Busch was third. So I knew it. I just couldn't find the exact finishing order here, but these guys are going at it up front. Wheeler's probably trying to plan his move.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind of like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I should make it here. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should wait more. It's going to kind of be when do you pull the trigger here in this race? I don't, if I was him, I wouldn't make it this early just yet.
I think best place to have it, either exiting of 2 or entering 3.
If you got to run, this late in the race, you almost kind of have to take it. I'd say you can't be little, you can't be nice anymore. You kind of have to show that I'm not going to get messed around. I'm here to win the race. I don't want to deal with anybody else. I know there are some drivers in the back of the pack that would love to see a crash though to get back on the lead lap, but there's only not 10 people on the lead lap. Everybody else is a lap, is either trapped 1 lap down or multiple laps down so far. So there's definitely been a good amount of wrecks. Drivers just not wanting to use their fastest pair. Some of them having to tow because they were sent into orbit from some of their crashes here. Wheeler's gone to lead. He has a 6.8 of Skylar Berry on his bumper. Tate is trying to stick on that outside. Winker's trying to come through on the bottom lane also. He's trying to get to Skylar's bumper so he can close that lane on Tate. He does now. I believe these drivers will have fuel to the end. They should be perfectly fine. It will not be a worry. I believe for Dahl it may be a worry though. You kind of see the with this many trucks a lap down is kind of the byproduct of super speedway racing. Wheeler goes from bottom to top to block Tate's run. Leaves the bottom open for Skylar. Winker's going to get to Skylar's bumper and try to give him a help now. He does. Skylar's going to go to the lead. Winker's looking on the inside of him. Probably decided better of it. It's a little bit too early to be making that aggressive a move. Now, if he sees it within 5 to go, he's definitely going to take it, and I would not blame him for doing that at all.
Definitely.
Wheeler's getting a good shove from Tate. Tate's going to put him to the lead. Wheeler went into the middle. He almost got split 3 wide there. If he wasn't in that position, if he would have been maybe a little bit more down, I could see Tate making that move on him. If y'all are new here at Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that'll definitely help me grow.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, you can always take that back. Share it to your friends, family, anybody that that likes to watch iRacing. I do pretty much streams every day of iRacing. Tomorrow I'll have 2 back-to-back races, so that'll be interesting. And then we'll have Ghost League on Wednesday, a truck race on Thursday, and then money races Friday and Saturday. Not sure about Sunday yet, though. We may have one. That'll be up to Taryn over there at HSR.
I would say also check out Dubby, best energy drink you guys can get.
Wheeler has been getting a shove. Tate has been glued to Wheeler's bumper whenever he has a chance. Tate thinks about putting a 3 wide, doesn't do it. I think these drivers are going to pretty much stay in line with Joe. 14 goes to the bottom.
A little bit delayed.
What do you mean?
Because I have them already midway through 1 and 2. It might be Thursday because I also have it up on iRacing.
Are you talking about the YouTube stream?
No, I'm talking about what you're sharing me.
Oh, yeah. It might just be the Discord delay, I'd say. But, sorry. We're dealing with some technical stuff. I think it's just the Discord delay that he's seeing here. I'm seeing something completely different than it. This 68 gets loose. We saw drivers get loose through that tri-oval so many times. I don't know what it is, but they go into that corner and their back end is already kicked out, so they're already having to drive getting into that corner. Tate is giving Wheeler a shove. He's wiggling around off the bumper of him. Tate is giving shot after shot to Wheeler to try to get him up there. Just how many shots can you take, because that's going to end up bad as Tate almost hooks Wheeler. I think you're right as it bails out of the throttle. Tate gets put 3 wide between the 7 and the 14. 7's all alone now on that top lane, so he's got to find a way back in. They might squeeze Tate. We saw them go 3 wide earlier and ended up bad. What will the 7 do? 7's trying to find a way back in line. Now the 51's going to be put in the middle. 51's getting beaten around. Oh, into the 2. Net code each other. Luckily, those drivers keep it straight. The 129 runs up into the 51, puts him in the wall. Cogdale's in the wall. The driver's going into the wall. Just checkups everywhere, not going.
Green.
That checkups everywhere. Drivers just not making the smartest moves late in the race. Wheeler's gotten to the lead. Finally, maybe actually does it now. Barry's been able to battle back on that bottom lane. He's been hanging very tough. It's kind of 3-on-3, 3-on-4 now. The 8 can kind of pick, or sorry, the 21 can kind of pick and choose where he wants to go at this point, I'd say. He wants to go top, he can go top. He wants to go bottom, he can go bottom, because he's the last truck in line. That 68 has been very strong on the bottom so far. Wheeler gets a run, but he does not let him take the lead from him just yet. He just hangs on that quarter panel ever so slightly. Make sure Wheeler cannot come down just yet. We'll go on board with the 14 of Nathan Somerville for a little bit. Bit of a ride along from Nathan Somerville's view, having to bail out of the throttle so he doesn't run into the back of the 42 of Winker. That's what drivers have to do when they're running behind some trucks. They can't be full throttle all the time. You think that they are, but if they run into the back of a truck in the wrong spot, that'll send them right around as they're searching. They're going to come to 10 to go and they get back to the line. This is where intensity is going to start to pick up. Moves might not be made just yet. We're going to definitely start getting a little bit more antsy now inside of 10 to go. .68 has been hanging tough on that bottom lane. He has not let Wheeler get clear of him just yet. Just kind of poking his nose back there. As Cogdell, he's on the lead lap. I didn't realize when he got back on the lead lap, but he was still trapped a lap down. But he's... Maybe these guys back here have a shot. The last truck on the lead lap is the 2. These guys get together up front. Maybe these guys are far enough back that they can slow down enough for the wreck in time. Not try to do a cold trickle and keep your foot in it. That would be a very bad idea. I know I tried that early on in my iRacing career. I realized, maybe sometimes, actually stopping for the wreck is better than trying to drive through it. As you know, probably one of the best people I've saw being able to drive through wrecks in real life was Jeff Gordon when he raced. He'd be in the middle of a wreck and he would get no damage. I'd be like, how is that possible? Always seems to be the wreck avoidance king, but enough of that. Barry, he's just hanging extremely tough on that bottom. So is Winker and the 14. I think these guys are going to be very, very, very hard to pass.
I want to say, oh no, Winker got on that red line. Oh, he saved it. Good for him. But I do want to say with Winker, he was in the first caution we had, and he did not take a fast repair.
Oh,
so
Winker!
Oh, and he got loose!
I don't think he got touched. He just got extremely loose. They're crashing now. Cogdell into the wall. He is up on his side. Cogdell is flipping. I think Winker just got loose getting into the corner. Did not get touched one bit. We'll have to see. I don't think he was touched.
Survived.
See, Winker.
I think I just jinxed the whole field.
So the 42, he was not touched from the 14. He just got extremely loose. I think he's trying to hold too tight of a line, and he's just loose at this point. And everybody stacks it behind him. 14 gets on the brakes. 21 runs into the 14.
Flips the 14.
Cogdell gets
the 00
into the wall. Cogdell ends up on his side. 21 down into the 129. 12 clips him, sends him. The 00 takes out. No, it actually doesn't take out the 2. It kind of slams him in the side. 21 damage. Didn't look that bad. Winker's kind of lucky that he got away with what he has for damage, as he didn't do that on purpose. He just got extremely loose coming into the corner there. I believe this should be a normal caution here. I don't believe they will go from a green-white checkered. But we'll bring in the 68 of Skylar Berry here. Let me go and drag him into this room here.
That was just fantastic.
Hey, Skylar, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you're sitting up front. How do you feel about your chances of winning here at Atlanta, knowing how much can happen in like the last 2 laps?
I want to say I feel good because I've swept practice on all the practice races, but like you said, it's Atlanta. It's a plate track. Anything can happen.
I mean, you see what you've seen. This is a 6th caution. Not as many cautions as I thought here, but now how has the driving been so far throughout the race from your point of view?
I mean, I've stayed in the back as best I can to avoid everything because I got involved in that first wreck and had to use my fast repair. And if I wreck again, I have to get a win. So I'm trying to save the season.
Yeah, man. Well, is there anything that you're going to have to be doing differently? Coming down to the green flag and then the checkered here.
Well, I've been nice and not throwing blocks, but the gloves are about to have to come off and I have to throw things now. So.
Yeah, blocks are definitely going to have to be thrown. People are not going to like it, but there's no more Mr. Nice Guy within 2 laps or maybe even 3 laps here. But, man, hope to see you in Victory Lane. Was just bringing you in here for a quick interview. I will let you go now.
Appreciate it. Hopefully I see you soon.
That was Skylar Berry with Mythic Racing. Have to drag him all the way down to the bottom here for these guys. But anyway, he said it. He's going to have to be throwing blocks. I mean, that's the only choice he has. I mean, you don't want to do it, but it's going to have to be made because it's super speedway and they're going to be trying to mount a run on you. And you got to be looking in your mirror as good as you can to be throwing them. I believe they're going to be coming green. This time by will be 4 to go, so no green-white checkered for them. But this resets everything for some of these drivers. How is Cogdale still going? Is Cogdale? I don't think he might have used his faster prep. I think he might have saved it. Might have had it in his back pocket. I just didn't know. Looks like he has. So it looks like he had a faster prep, and I just had no idea. Yeah, he came down on lap 108.
I didn't see one scratch on that car.
Yeah, he came down on lap 108, so he must have had a faster prep that he was saving for the race. So good job from him. But this is kind of, this is up in the air now. Andrew, who are you taking?
I mean, I think Christopher Tate. It's either going to be Winker or Tate that are going to win this. They've been up front all race long. Tate has been in the lead all race long, and being shuffled back didn't hurt him, but we'll see.
Green flag's in the air. Skylar spins his tires. You saw him go down to the apron. Tires are starting to show. Tate, can he make his way through the field? He always seems to somehow pick his way through all this stuff. Wheeler has no help on the outside. The 7's coming to the bumper of Skylar. That's Quentin. The 14's running the bottom of those. Wheeler has absolutely no help so far. He shoots the gap as soon as he has a chance to. The 7 goes back up top. Wheeler, sorry, not the 7. The 14 goes up top. Wheeler follows him. The 44 of Tate and the 21 are all lined up in that top lane. So the top lane's gaining strength in cars. Can Skylar just hold on for 3 more laps when he comes to the line? He's got 3 more. He's got to be side drafting.
Forced it 3 wide.
Tate is forcing it. He moves Wheeler out of the way. Wheeler's gonna have to try to find a spot back in. 21's deciding where he wants to go. That kind of broke with that middle lane. Probably hurt him now. But Somerville's getting a good shove. Will Skylar stick to the bottom, or will he start coming up and try to side draft? Somerville's broken even with him now. Tate staying glued to his bumper. Tate is definitely looking. He has the fresher tire, so he has just a little bit more grip.
Ooh, boy.
Tate can start moving around. He has fresher tires, and you wouldn't think that they make that big of a difference, but he can go up just a little bit higher, and he knows he can hold the line as he's gotten the 14 to the lead. Barry's lost it. Barry is going to have to find a way to get around him now, or will Tate take it? Tate almost down to the 68 side draft. 14 throws a block. Put Tate's in the wall. Tate is getting blocked. They're going 3 wide now. 21 up into the 44 net codes.
No,
Tate is into the wall. There goes his Tate to win, or his chance to win. Barry is coming to the green, or white, not green, white flag here at Michigan, or not, what? Atlanta, sorry.
What
Cannot
is
speak.
wrong with you tonight?
I don't know, but white flag is in the air at Atlanta. Barry, he has to hold them off. He's going to have to throw a block on Somerville. That's going to be his big challenge here. Or will Quentin find a way to get around Barry? That middle lane, he doesn't have to worry about it just yet. Quentin has nowhere to go.
Somerville on the outside.
Somerville, if he gets to the outside of the 7, that is outside of the 7, that is the 7's hopes gone through the gutter. The 14 gets spun. The 68 of Skylar Barry is going to hold off the 7 of Quentin Murdoch. Winker will come home 3rd. Cogdale 4th. Nathan Dahl 5th. The 14 was spun. Going in, or coming out of 4, and he reverses it across the line. Might as well have to see what happened to him here. As apparently they took the white flag at Michigan. I don't know what I was saying there. Looks like
I didn't
14.
know this was Michigan.
Yeah, this is a weird Michigan track. 14, 21's just not lifting. No, the 21's just running him over at that point. There's no lifting at this late in the race. He just gets sent sideways. 21 goes into the wall right in front of Chris Wheeler. Oh my! How did Wheeler? Oh, never mind. Wheeler gets it. Wheeler gets it in. At the end of that, the 24 pounds into the right side. Also, that's Maines. He gets hit. Goes through the grass. Looks like he's able to keep it straight. Tate's in the back. Tate saw his chances drop out of nowhere. But it's going to be Skylar Berry who takes home the win tonight here at Atlanta. Crazy finish here. So we'll let him burn it down. We'll bring in Kevin Winker for an interview.
What a race.
I'll ask these top drivers in here.
He's all the way in Team America.
I'll tell him to get in here.
Let me start off with him.
All right, we'll start off with him. If they don't get in here in time, I'll just end up manually dragging them in here. Going to give them time to
force them against their will.
Mm-hmm. And I have no other choice. I have to take him in here.
Actually, you both got Kevin and Barry in here.
So we'll bring in Kevin Winker here. Hey, Kevin, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Man, so crazy finish. You come home 3rd. Describe that last lap for me, man.
I was just trying to hold on. I was white knuckling that. I mean, it was, no other words to describe it. It's white knuckling, trying to hold on.
Yeah, man,
Now, I do want to say that I was talking about you of not using a fast repair and from your damage from the first caution of the race, and as we were talking about it, you got loose and spun it around. How were you able to not hit anyone or anything?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought that was going to go around there, but I think I kept it kind of down on that apron part and just luckily nobody ran into me. They crashed all behind me, but that was just kind of the racing gods there. But I think I passed about the most trucks tonight. I think I went front to back about 4 times. So.
Yeah, man. And before I let you go, what was so, because I saw a lot of trucks. This was kind of a common thing. So what was happening on the bottom of the track? Because a lot of people were getting loose. Were they just clipping the apron too much? And I saw some people get loose for the travel. Do you know what was happening there from your point of view?
I think it's kind of the combination clipping the apron, and then if you're getting kind of bumped into the turn, you're kind of going a little faster than you really expect. So then you truck gets kind of loose. Plus, if you're on old tires, so I think it was a combination of all 3 of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I was seeing people get loose, but before I let you go, is there any sponsors, anybody you want to shout out that may be watching the stream here tonight?
I just want to shout out to W Energy for sponsoring. I know they sponsor a bunch of leagues, bunch of guys. So big shout out to them. Shout out to Muleburger Custom Homes. They sponsor me. Shout out to Josh. He had some major internet issues tonight, but we usually work well together. Shout out to him. He makes my paint, so I think they'll killer. Shout out to all the guys that run this league. First season for everybody, and we're finally starting to mesh together. So big thanks to all the admins, everybody put this on, and then you in the booth as always. I know you're up and coming, you're killing it. So keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for that. But I will let you go. But good 3rd place finish tonight, Kevin.
Thank you.
As we will bring, where is Quentin? Hold on, I gotta search for somebody here. Let me find Quentin Murdoch. Gotta drag him in here.
The hunt begins.
Hey, Quentin, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Quentin? I think he's AFK.
Yeah, we'll just have to skip to Skylar Berry instead. Hey, Skylar, this is Bryson Andrew in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you were able to keep that 7 behind you. I was very worried about him somehow getting around you, but man, how did describe those last 3 laps to me from your point of view, like what you're having to do in that truck.
Honestly, I just looked in my windshield. I had the 129, who's my teammate behind me, calling things out, and just went with the calls.
Yeah, man, I know that. You had to throw some blocks that you probably didn't want to. Well, actually, no, you didn't. You just kind of stayed bottom lane. That bottom lane, you fought hard all night on it. Were able to stay right there. But how does this win? Knowing that you won at Atlanta, how does that take any worry off your mind here?
It takes a lot off my mind because we missed the first few races, and then after last week, we fell hard down the points and almost got put in a must-win situation. So,
yeah, man,
feels great.
Atlanta's kind of, it's not called a super speedway, but I mean, it pretty much is. But they're here. Sorry, I cannot talk today. Apparently, I do have a question for you. So we saw a lot of drivers, they were getting loose on the bottom of the track. Did you ever have to deal with that? And what did you feel when you got loose, if you did?
Oh, I definitely got loose at least 2 times. Lap 100 was a little scary, and Kevin checked up for me, let me stay there. Sometimes if you lift a little bit, I know when you're following people going into the corners, the ass will step out on you real bad. So,
yeah, man, it's just I saw a lot of people getting loose, especially one spot I saw people getting loose too was the start-finish line. Is there a bump in that track there also? Because I saw a lot of people.
A little bit on the bottom. If you dip your wheels under the line, there's a big bump right there. It's like a different surface or something for some reason.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people get loose. But before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout that may be watching the stream here tonight?
Just a huge shout out to my teammates. Everyone got on the bottom line and tried to make the bottom line work for me when I got at the front. Again, big shout out Mission 22. It means a lot to win, give them screen time.
Yeah,
and shout out to you guys for doing the show.
Well, thank you, man. Good win tonight. But I will let you go. But good job tonight, Skylar.
Appreciate it, man.
Is that with Skylar Berry? I'm just going to leave Quentin, and I don't think Quentin's back. So we will not get a second place person interviewed tonight, sadly. But I will go through the finishing order here. Skylar Berry first, Quentin Murdoch second, Kevin Winker third, Nathan Dahl fourth, Nate Cogdell fifth, David Hall sixth, Dylan Smith seventh, Christopher Tate eighth, ninth is Chris Wheeler, 10th David Somerville, 11th Chris Zofield, 12th Joey Maines, 13th William Tomlinson, 14th Joshua Moore, 15th Calvin Dawes, 16th Dustin Stallings, 17th Keyshawn Clater, 18th Adam Waddle, 19th Jacob. You can't say his last name, so I'm not going to say it.
Gregner.
Gregner. 20th Mike Solomonowski, 21st Kevin Moyer, 22nd Jacob Bohm, 23rd Billy Stallings, 24th Mason Ford, 25th Tyler Ashley. I don't believe those two raced tonight, so really there's only 24 trucks. But I've already saw drivers in the Discord. They're not very happy with how the race went, and I can see why they're mad, but it is also a super speedway race. It's going to happen. Nothing you can do. It's just a byproduct of racing at tracks like these, pretty much. It's bound to happen. You don't want to see it happen, but it's going to happen eventually. But, Andrew, how was that race from your point of view?
The race was pretty exciting, I would have to say about that. It was interesting to seeing the issue on the bottom with the bumps. All throughout turns 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and even on the front stretch. Even cars getting loose and everything like that. It was pretty unique.
Yeah, I didn't really expect them I didn't really expect any drivers to get loose on the bottom. I truly didn't. I knew that there was some bumps there, but people were getting loose before they even entered the corner. But, not a bad race overall. My throat is absolutely dying. So, I'm going to let you all go. But if y'all are still here, if you don't mind subscribing to the channel, liking it, sharing it, anything like that, we're at 150. I would like to hit 200 subscribers by the end of that month. That's just a goal. But I will be streaming tomorrow 2 back-to-back races if you all do want to come out and watch that. But I will roll these ads, and I will let you all go.